Today I'm going to be talking about all the changes happening in 2026 with digital marketing strategies for travel and what you can do to get on the right side of history and what you can do to improve your visibility in search and answer engines. The last 2 years have been a hell of a ride in travel digital marketing. I would know. I've been in the travel digital marketing trenches for over a decade, starting as a little travel consultant and realizing I could sell millions of dollars of holidays in the internet. My whole life changed. Hi, I'm Matt, CEO and head strategist at Travel Traction, and we help travel companies with their marketing. Everything we know about the traditional funnel is dead or dying. In 2026, it's not about if you're going to use AI, it's about how you execute AI. If you don't, you're going to be left behind. We're seeing the global AI market hit 11 billion by the end of this year, and more than 70% of consumers are trusting it to book and plan their holidays. It's no longer about keywords, it's about having a conversation. It's about showing up. It's about putting your data that's structured. It's about lots of different Generative AI is the new OTA. If you're not optimizing your website for AIs, you're going to get very left behind. In this video, I'm going to show you all the trends, everything that's changing, and what you should be focusing on in 2026 to bring your travel marketing to a different level. If you aren't visible in the AI ecosystem, you just don't exist. We used to chase keywords, now we're chasing conversations. Short, generic keywords are no longer the standard. They're being replaced by long tail keywords and conversations in the AI engines. This is now the zero-click realm that we're kind of entering. Google's AI overviews summarize information and give them to people without them even visiting websites anymore. Does this mean you should abandon and no longer work on your website? No. It just means you need to be optimizing for AI so it can crawl, understand, and produce your website in its answers. To win, you need to shift from SEO to GEO. People don't want to read Lord of the Rings novels on the internet. They want short, concise information that's been formatted either for humans or formatted for the AI so they can regurgitate and give this information to other people. Structured data is your best friend. Schema helps to format and put data in a really easy to understand way for crawlers to be able to index and take the important information from your website and put it into their databases. Your prices and reviews are extremely important about this. And with 20% of mobile searches being voice search, having FAQ schema about the pros, cons, things that you offer, things that you don't offer, maybe your USPs, and just general information about your business will really help the AIs understand your business and be able to relay the important messaging or important parts of your business to other people. Machine-readable content is now the new norm. If your prices and reviews and information is not in schema, you might as well be invisible to the answer engines. The basics of SEO still remain the same, but we need to be optimizing for humans and AI now. Generic top 10 listicle articles are no longer what people want to see. To stay discoverable, you need information gain. What is information gain? It's adding information that's not really seen on the internet. So if you're getting your information from Wikipedia pages or other blog posts, you're probably not going to be ranking in Google and therefore not really showing up in the answer engines. So you need to be making sure that you're producing the best quality content that you can, that is unique, that is authoritative, and that you kind of show that your experience through not using stock images, using your own images, your own videos, and speaking from an I, me, first person perspective instead of a third person perspective or you. So experience or EEAT is the new currency. If you're not thinking with this in mind, your content might fall flat and not really get searched or not really be shown up in the answer engines or in Google. So use your original photography with the correct metadata and schema to be able to show in these answer engines more. With Gen Zs and Millennials, there's a bit of a mindset shift. They are after the likes, the comments, the engagement. It's no longer about us just going on the holiday, but also like showing that holiday and making sure that you get the likes and the shares and that people can see that you're doing it. You're not posting about your holiday, you're not going on holiday. The younger generation generally want to use this as a social proof or social value and really make sure that their feeds are looking really nice. So if you're not really thinking about how they can show information or show their the experience and give them those opportunities or give them the spaces to kind of show that you're not really thinking too much in the future. User generated content is king, with 92% of people trusting word of mouth over advertising. The 20-80 rule. It's about 20% creation and 80% promotion. So use short videos like Instagram and TikTok, and then be able to bundle up that content and make them ads or make a story or get content from creators or your guests and be able to share those stories is a really great way of kind of improving your marketing. Micro influencers are more important than celebrities. So making sure that you cater for those micro influencers. I know as a travel business, we get a lot of people wanting to go on our experiences or go on our holidays. Getting user generated content or getting someone with an audience that's really interested in what you offer is so important in today's digital marketing. So we got to be entertaining these and we got to be leaving the door open for them. Maybe you don't offer it in your high season, but maybe you offer it in the low season. Letting content creators know this is so important because they will come and pitch you in those low seasons. So making sure that you're not really turning down those requests to come to your destination, but actually vetting some of the content creators that want to come and putting them in your property. Not only is it good for their own social media or for their audiences, but a lot of content creators will create content for your hotel or your place or your destination or whatever you're selling and really give you great professional content, which works way better than generic stock images. So it's really important that you're actually entertaining these content creators and these influencers so that they can create content about your destination for their audience and for your audience. In 2026, community is a moat. Try and think about how you can build this community. And community happens in many different places. It can happen in WhatsApp groups. It can happen in Facebook groups. It can happen behind your Instagram. So make sure that you're kind of encouraging community, that maybe you've got hashtags, maybe that you're adding everybody. A simple thing that we like to do is we take pictures of absolutely everybody and we send this to people. We add them to a WhatsApp group. We try and add them to a Facebook group. We add them to the mailer. But do as much as you can to create a community and camaraderie, because in 2026, it's a moat. Branding is a moat. Community is what we are all seeking to a certain degree. So really try and focus on the community aspect of what you're selling and try and think about how you can bring that into your business. In 2026, your Google My Business is now basically your website. Google My Business has become so much more popular in the last year, especially to travel businesses. So making sure that your Google My Business is optimized at all times is really becoming an important part of the digital marketing funnel. Make sure that you're checking your reviews, that you're answering your reviews. If it's possible to get keywords in the reviews from your guests, very, very kind of hard to do, but if you are able to do this, you've done really well. And also the photos in Google My Business do exceptionally well. So when someone leaves photos of your destination, those reviews are kind of prioritized, and people really like photos from guests and people experiencing the destination instead of your generic stock image or your professional photos. It would be nice if guests were encouraged to kind of share images, but just having this kind of natural funnel, this could happen quite naturally. In 2026, mobile first is now a non-negotiable. More than 70% of traffic is on mobile, and more bookings are coming through on mobile. It used to be very, very desktop heavy, but Google now indexes mobile first, so it doesn't really look at your desktop website anymore. And more people browsing on mobile means that you cannot overlook mobile. It's no longer a want, it's a need. High tech versus high touch. People want personal, but they also want tech, but they also don't want AI. In travel, we have to be able to reply to an inquiry quite quickly. So having an AI element on your website that can answer general, easy questions is really great, but I think still keeping that human element is really important for travel. So make sure you can reply quickly with technology, but able to have people being that high touch should be an important part of your funnel. So really look at having AI chatbots or anything that bring that connection really quickly and get that inquiry, because we all know that inquiry and that relationship building is actually what ends up getting that booking. We've used AI to reduce response time by 60%, but don't get it twisted. AI is a companion. It is not a replacement. You've got to be reducing friction at all costs. If a guest types in their dates into their AI and they have to retype it back into the website, you've already lost that booking. People want convenience. They want technology to make sure that it's as seamless, as easy as possible. So make sure that your AI or that your technology is kind of up to date and making that user experience as positive as you can. But you still got to have the human edge. 61% of people still want to be able to speak to a human for complex support. AI can't show empathy or handle a travel disaster at 3 a.m. Only a human can do that. So please don't replace AI completely with humans. We still need humans to show this empathy and to be able to help people and understand. Contactless is the new standard. People want convenience. Digital room keys and mobile check-ins are no longer the exception or cool. Those are almost like standard. So making sure that your book-in process is as seamless and as easy as possible is really a big thing in travel. Look, SEO is a slow game, but AI moves fast. So what is your next step? Is look what your competitors are doing. Google your destination, Google your product, and see what's showing up. See where the sources are coming from and see if you can get into that article or into that source. A lot of the time it's Reddit or Quora or YouTube or social media. So it's not so hard. Sometimes it's as easy as typing an email and being like, hey, is it possible to get in that source? But try and get into these sources that are getting sourced by the AIs. Audit your gap. Compare your AI and your technology to your competitors. Audit your content. Are you offering that informational gain? Do you still have restaurants and businesses that have been closed since COVID on there? Then you're definitely not helping the AIs and you'll generally get demoted. So make sure that you offer unique content to your audience that has that informational gain, that thing that's not really on the internet before. If you do that, you generally do show up on the first page. Focus on local. Tell neighborhood level stories. People love people stories. Storytelling is not dead. People to people connection is not dead. Focusing on local is very, very popular at the moment. Sustainability. If you're eco-friendly, make it part of your narrative. Make it part of your messaging. This is really popular in 2026. A lot of people are searching for it, but it is a really important thing to people in the buying funnel. So these are some of the big changes. Do not delay or you will pay. Start today, even if it's just updating your Google My Business profile. If you want to chat about your strategy or talk more about my agency, you can ping me below. My agency helps hundreds and hundreds of companies in the travel space get up to date with their marketing or would love to help you. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. It really encourages me to make more videos. That's me, Matt, signing off from Travel Attractions.